I was forced to resign after 19 years because working at the Department of Justice, serving Canadians, I never once received a promotion. Although I applied for jobs at the Department of Justice, I was never given the opportunity to advance my career. And so I felt I had no choice but to resign. My mental health was suffering. It was getting more and more difficult to go into work every day, knowing that I wasn't getting anywhere. Although I was more than qualified, I had my education, I had several degrees, and yet I was not getting any further in my career at the Department of Justice. My name is Marcia Banfield Smith. I've been working with the Department of Justice Canada for the past 19 years until I was forced to resign this past May. I have a Bachelor of Arts degree in law. I have an LLB as well as my Juris Doctorate and a specialization in criminal law from Osgoode Hall Professional School. I started with the Department of Justice in 2002 as a paralegal, and I thought, yes, I'm working for the Department of Justice Canada, the federal government. My dream of becoming a lawyer is about to be realized. I was thrilled, I was excited. All my years of hard work at school was finally going to pay off. I was ready to soak up everything I could possibly learn, and I was ready to wow them with my knowledge, with my experience, with everything I had to offer. And I was ready to accept everything that the federal government had to offer me, a Black woman with an education. But I soon realized that for Black people, and in particular, a Black woman like myself, with education and with experience and knowledge, that merit was not the determining factor. Meanwhile, my white colleagues were receiving promotion after promotion, while myself and other Black colleagues were sitting there stuck. You know, and this just reminds me of a conversation I had with a white colleague in an elevator, and to me it just sums up my experience and probably other Black employees' experience at the Department of Justice. I was in an elevator and a white colleague said to me, "Were you introduced to so-and-so, whoever was brought in that day?" And I said, "No, I was working from home that day, so I didn't get introduced." And she said to me, "Well, they walked around with this person introducing them to everyone but me. They bypassed me like I was Black or something." And I said, "Pardon me?" The audacity and the impunity in which she spoke. And I thought, this is how they see Black employees, as people just to pass over, as insignificant, as nothing. For 19 years as a public servant, I represented Canada. On many occasions, I represented Canada in court, and I represented them well. I received group merit awards, and still, after all of that, I received nothing from my managers, from my deputy directors. I never received a promotion, nothing for all of my hard work. Despite not being promoted at the Department of Justice, I still remained committed to becoming a lawyer. I worked part-time and I went to school and studied part-time. I wanted to do this. This was my destiny. And my employer knew this, and I went to my employer and pretty much I was willing to do anything to advance myself, to grow, to learn. And that's where I was used, because they knew I was vulnerable and I was willing to do almost anything in the name of advancing my career. So I was the only paralegal at my level that was going into court. No one else at my level was doing a lot of the work that I was doing. It was demoralizing, it was humiliating, it was frustrating. And I still did it because I thought, once I graduate, once I'm called to the bar, I'm going to get a position here as a lawyer. So I'll suck it up and I'll continue to do it. They knew I wanted to gain as much experience as possible, and I would always receive assignments, and it's like, "Marcia, this is good practice for you. Marcia, this is good practice for you for when you are articling or when you become a lawyer. It's good practice. It's all in the name of good practice." So I did everything, and I even had colleagues, white colleagues, say to me, "Marcia, they're using you. Can't you see that?" And I would say, "It's okay, because I'm gaining experience and I'm gonna put it on my resume and it's gonna make me look good." And I still got nothing from the Department of Justice. In 2017, I was finally called to the bar. I'm a lawyer now, but yet I still remained at the same classification I was at 14 years ago at the Department of Justice Canada. Nothing changed for me. 14 years ago, I was a paralegal. 2017, after being called to the bar, being recognized by the Law Society of Ontario as a lawyer, and yet the Department of Justice left me there classified as a paralegal. As a Black woman working at the Department of Justice, it's very demoralizing. I see the majority of Black people in positions, support staff positions, whereas the executive positions are reserved for white people and white people alone. Despite having not ever been promoted at the Department of Justice, I always met and exceeded my performance reviews. But that wasn't enough. I could not remain at the Department of Justice as a paralegal. So as a result, in May of this year, I was forced to resign. I couldn't take it anymore. It was affecting my health. It was affecting my mental health. It was affecting my family. I was always in a bad mood. I would be going to work, and as soon as I would get to the doors, my whole body language would change. People would tell me, they could see it, but I still showed up and I did my best. But at some point, you just can't take it anymore. It's embarrassing sitting there knowing that you're worth so much more, that you're capable of so much more. And everyone around me knew it. They knew it, they would tell me. But what could I do? So I had no choice, I was forced. I had to leave for the sake of my health, for the sake of my family. And that should not have been the case. I should be working at the Department of Justice, where I put in my hard work for Canada for 19 years, and I was not acknowledged for it.